A very good evening to one and all. So I'm very much happy that you all have joined for this session. Good evening, sir. Yeah. So it's been a while that we all have met, and today we are here with one of the highly discussed topics of these days. So before we get into the topic, I would like to introduce myself to you all, though you all are familiar to me as well as I am familiar to you all. So I am Ravika, the founder director of Sri Narayani Teacher Training Center, as well as master trainer and global ambassador at All India Educators Forum. So we have formed SNTTC, that is Sri Narayani Teacher Training Center, for conducting few free webinars, as many as possible, so that this would reach out to many teachers who actually need training and who are in a need of training. So let us start with today's session, and today's topic is understanding 21st century skills. So we have discussed earlier about as in how to how to integrate 21st century skills. I request at least few of you people to, I request everyone to keep your videos turned on so that it will be interactive and, it actually boosts the, yeah, yes. So, yeah, let us get into the topic. So it is about understanding 21st century skills. So in NCF foundation stage, NCF for foundation stage, as well as NCF for school education, lots of emphasis has been done upon 21st century skills. So there is, though we are in 21st century now, still we are discussing about integrating 21st century skills or else introducing 21st century skills in our day-to-day classroom transaction. So what is the importance of 21st century skills? Today, if we actually take a look at most of the working professionals, there are people out there who lack very basic skills as to survive. Like communication is a very basic skill. When we are talking about communication, it is not language. It's not a particular language. Communication is all about conveying what is in your mind properly to the person opposite to you. This is communication. Collaboration. We, especially in schools, we see that there is no proper patch up between people. There are many people who don't feel like working with some other person, isn't it? So collaboration skills. So in this way, there are many skills which an individual who lives in 21st century need to have. So those particular skills are termed as 21st century skills. Okay, so let us get into the actual topic. I'll not do much of uh, introduction and all. We will actually get into the proper topic and we will discuss about it, as this is just 1 hour session. So as you all know, there are certain ground rules for every session. First and foremost thing, till we are here, phone should be on silent. Only one person should talk at a time. Let us keep to the topic, keep to the time, and let us also respect others' contributions. And I want everyone to actively participate. So these things we have discussed, the background of 21st century skills and all. Now we will get into what are 21st century skills. See, 21st century skills are broadly termed into three categories. The first category is foundational literacies. Second category is competencies, and third category is character qualities. Now, who will tell me what are foundational literacies? Why are they important? Soumya Banerjee, ma'am, will you?
Yeah, sir, how do you do? Good evening.
Good, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, so, sir, as far as, my knowledge goes, I think foundational literacy means that, a child at a particular age should be able to, read and comprehend certain basic things. So this is what I feel. Foundational literacy. Should be able to write, read.
Okay. So do you think if at all a person doesn't read and write, it will have effect on his future, as in when he turns out to be a working professional?
Yeah, yes, sir. Like, could you please come again?
Yeah. Do you think if at all a person doesn't know reading and writing, it will have effect on his future? So what's the
No, I
significance?
feel that, like, see, if a child is not able to read, write, and comprehend in the initial years of his or her schooling, then what happens is even if we stick to the curriculum and keep on piling up his layers of knowledge, it is ultimately of no use because it will be more of a stress on him rather than he being able to learn new things. So what is important is that a child at an age appropriate age, at an like at his particular age should be able to at least be able to read, write, understand, and comprehend certain basic things. Then
Great.
only can we add on to
Great.
what he knows.
Yes, great, ma'am. So who is going to tell me about competencies? What are competencies and why are they needed for an individual? Someone? Aarti, ma'am? Aarti, ma'am, will you? Yes.
Hi, good evening.
Good
Uh,
evening.
See, I believe competency is a word that has come from competent. So,
Hmm.
as the words say, I mean, we don't know whatever we are studying today, whether it is going to be helpful to us in the future. So, basically, these are some skills which make us competent enough to face the world. So,
Okay.
I think these 21st century skills are the basic, they give us the basic competencies. And especially when we talk about IQ, EQ, I mean, actually, Ravi sir, we have learned so much in your sessions that, I'm coming up with those things only. So, so
It's
I,
okay.
it is making child competent enough to face the world. That is competency. And it comes through these soft skills. It comes through these 21st century skills. That's what I have understood.
Great. Nice, ma'am. That is competencies. And what are character attributes? Who will tell about character attributes or character qualities? Sudhanshu, sir, will you? Someone who would like to speak about character attributes or character qualities of an individual? No one? Okay.
Are you referring to the values that a person should have, that
Yes,
honesty?
yes, yes,
I mean,
yes.
yeah, those attributes which refer to honesty, loyalty, kindness, empathy, sympathy. I believe if your references to these.
Yes. So character qualities are nothing but everything holistically what a human being needs. Okay, as to
Exactly.
survive as a proper as a human being. There are certain
Mm.
qualities which every human being should possess, is it? So those qualities.
The values
And
that a person should inculcate.
yes, yes. So great. Thank you for your contributions, everyone. So let us get into these things. So let us dive deep into uh, these three broad perspectives or these three broad things of 21st century skills. So first thing is foundational literacies. See, foundational literacies, the word itself says that these are foundation. Foundation is nothing but you know something which holds upon the other things which are laid upon it. For example, let us take the example of a house. We lay the foundation of a house. Okay. And then we try to build upon the foundation. We put bricks, we cement it, and then finally we put the roof, doors, windows, and all. If this foundation is not strong enough, okay, and if this foundation is not properly laid, then what happens is whatever you have built upon that is not going to stay for much time. Okay, it will fall down. So, foundational literacies are six types. The first one is literacy. It's language literacy. Maybe it is English, or maybe it is Hindi, or any regional language. Every child or every individual should at least know 3 languages, minimum of 3 languages. That's what trilingual formula says, isn't it?
Mm.
So minimum of 3
Mm.
languages should be known to each and every individual. That is the regional language, the most spoken regional language, and finally the global language, which we are terming it as English. Okay.
Yes.
So it is needed for day-to-day conversation. Okay. So this day-to-day conversation can also be in the form of written, in the form of written form. Okay. It is not mandatorily, the spoken form. It is sometimes in the written form as well. Like we write a letter, isn't it? If there is no foundational literacy, how will the person write a letter to any authority? Okay, of any office. So we shouldn't look at literacy as a very basic thing. Literacy is a very huge thing. It is not just ABCD. Literacy is at least being in position to write a letter. For that, as Soumya ma'am said, like they should know basic language skills at the same time. They should be in a position to read and comprehend. That and this varies from age to age. See, if we are trying to integrate foundational literacy in grade 10, do we integrate ABCD over there? No, isn't it? So it is something excess. Like from age to age, the foundational literacy also should be increasing. And next one is numeracy. This is basic calculation, the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. This is also very much needed for each and every person. We can be very good Shakespeare, but if we cannot go out and spend money buying vegetables, okay, we cannot add and subtract, then we are in trouble. Okay, so basic numeracy of addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication is very much needed for a human being. So in the last few years, it was observed that the children who are moving to primary classes from foundation level, that is nursery to grade 2, when the children are moving to grade 3, 4, and 5, it is observed that children are coming to 3rd, 4th, 5th standards without basic literacy and numeracy skills. So as an initiative of NEP 2020, the government of India has taken up several activities like FLN programs, all such sort of things have been done by the government of India. Okay, the next one is scientific literacy. This is very much needed in every human being's life because while we are, living as a human being in the society, there are many instances wherein, uh, we behave, at least basic things that are happening around us. Okay, we should know the reasons of those things. For example, let me say, why does the milk curdle if you put 4 or 5 drops of lemon into it, isn't it? So these things, basic scientific things should be known to a human being. Otherwise, what happens is, several times, contradictory foods are taken by the person. Like, there are certain foods, no, which are not to be taken together. They say we shouldn't have spinach and tomato together. It leads to higher levels of calculi in the kidney, isn't it? In this way, there are many things which our grandparents or our parents have been telling us since many years. Those basic scientific literacy things should be known. The reasons and causes of things what are happening in our day-to-day life around us. Those things should be known to an individual. ICT literacy. These days, it is very much mandatory. Like as teachers, we have seen like during 2020, 2019 and 2020, like all the teachers struggled a lot in taking online classes and teachers have become pros today. Isn't it? Today we can do anything in a laptop. Am I right? So we know everything, including Chat GPT these days, we know. We are also ready to use AI, isn't it? So ICT literacy is very much needed for students as well as any individual. Okay, by the time they pass out of 11th and 12th grades, they should have lots of ICT knowledge. They should know how to work without paper. Even many countries and many governments, they are asking and urging schools and other institutions as to teach paperless. Okay, become paperless. but it will take some time for that. Okay, it is also a part of sustainability, no, because we are cutting down trees for more and more papers. So if we integrate ICT literacy into learning, because educational organizations are the organizations which use paper more, to my knowledge. We use notebooks, we use textbooks, we use CT books, if I'm not wrong, isn't it? So if we go paperless, if we make at least few of our teaching or learning ICT based, what happens is we can, save paper. So ICT literacy is not only just knowing basic ICT things, but also it's a revolution that we have to bring in the society through the students, through schools and organizations. So this has to be integrated. And financial literacy, how to save money. Did our parents teach us how to save money? No one has taught us. Most of the families, they don't teach children how to save money. They tell save money, save money, save money. But what are the options to save money? How to spend money in a smart way? Okay, what is credit card? What is debit card? How are they significant in a human being's life? How can they help you if you use them properly? And how can they ruin you if you are not using them properly? Isn't it? We have seen many people, okay, who ruin their life using credit cards. At the same time, there are people, okay, who are enjoying their life using credit cards. People are traveling like anything using credit cards, isn't it? So these basic financial literacy are also to be taught to the students at school level itself, so that when they come out of 12th grade, okay, like they will, they are ready to face the world. They'll be living a happy life because now they know how to manage their finances as well. And cultural and civic literacy. Who is going to speak about this? Who will give me inputs about cultural and civic literacy? As in, what is cultural and civic literacy? Even if you break it into two, like cultural literacy and civic literacy also, it's fine. Anyone?
We need to, sir, we need to understand others people culture, and then we need to behave accordingly.
Exactly. Exactly. There is a saying,
And,
no?
and I think these days we are following this through this, I mean, one state is, as a part of MP, we are working with Bihar. I
Yes.
think the influence, if you can
Yes.
understand what I mean to say, right?
Yes.
Through
Yes.
NEP
Cultural
also we are working
integration.
through
Yes.
it. Yeah, we are
Yeah.
working through it.
Yes. So, like as Sir said, it is understanding everyone's culture. See, we are living in a diverse nation, and no doubt when we go abroad, there is lots of diversity over there as well. I don't know if you people know, like I am from down south of this country, that is, I am from Telangana. Here, in earlier days, if people go abroad, okay, if people go overseas, before going and after coming, they used to, what do we say, they used to, put something hot on the tongue of the person. The mother pulls out the tongue of the child and she puts something hot. For a few days, he cannot eat anything afterwards. Literally, they will take something of steel or iron and they burn it and they put it. So that they feel that it should remind this person, that he shouldn't eat anything unedible as per the culture. Okay. Speaking about, he shouldn't have non-veg or anything once he goes overseas and all. Like the culture, like food culture is there. It's different over there, isn't it? So in down south, that practice was also there. Okay, so we have to understand everyone's culture and behave accordingly. So you can do anything to your body, okay, as per your culture, but at the same time, when you're sitting on a dining table with diverse group of people, you should be in a comfortable position. At the same time, they should feel comfortable having food with you. Today, this is a major problem in schools, offices, everywhere, isn't it? I have many teachers, okay, sitting on a dining table. If at all we are going for a, like school party or after school party, or we are having a potluck and all, so like Now these days it's very common. People who are outspoken and all, if they want to have non-veg, they order for non-veg. These vegetarian teachers, what they do, they try to move away from there. No, it is now it is your no doubt it is your choice, but then we have to just even think how they are feeling. I am a strict vegetarian, let me tell you, but still. Okay, so our actions shouldn't be in such a way that they showcase that we don't understand someone else's culture. This is something very important we have to understand. It is not only within the nation, but if we go outside the nation as well, it's a very important thing. Cultural literacy is very much needed. So if we should encourage the students to study the culture of the country where they are living. At the same time, if at all in your class, a student says, ma'am, I want to go to US after few years to work over there or to do my masters over there, first you should motivate your child as to explore the culture of that country. We shouldn't ridicule anyone and we shouldn't get ridiculed by anyone. It's very much important. So cultural literacy, to my knowledge, is very much important, extraordinarily important. Civic literacy. Civic literacy is understanding one's responsibility, okay, as a citizen in that particular country. Isn't it? At the same time, if you are moving to another country, what is your responsibility over there as a person who is going to survive there? Isn't it? So cultural literacy and civic literacy, they go together hand in hand. It's a very important thing. So these days, when I look at parents who come down to school complaining that here, 2 braids are compulsory, what is that you are pressurizing children? You are unable to train your child as to put 2 braids. Okay. Tomorrow, how is that you are going to train your child to be a proper citizen who will obey the laws of this country? Am I right? You people can correct me if I'm wrong. So civic literacy and cultural literacy, they go hand in hand. Okay, when you want to embrace your culture, you should also remember what are your roles and responsibilities towards this nation and this world as a global citizen, not as just a citizen of India, but as a global citizen, what are your responsibilities and roles? Okay, and now this is coming under foundational literacy. Am I clear? Now, cultural literacy and civic literacy are few foundational literacies that we are supposed to teach. It is a very pathetic situation that since many years, somehow this has missed and we were not bothered to teach culture and civic literacy in schools as well. But somehow these days with this revolution of NEP 2020 and all, things are going on fine note. So these are all foundational literacies. Literacies, competencies, and character qualities, they are interdependent upon each other. Now, let us discuss about competencies. Competencies are about facing the challenges and facing the day-to-day experiences of life. So the first thing that comes under competency is critical thinking and problem solving. They also go hand in hand. To solve a problem, a person has to think critically. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Isn't it? To solve a problem, a person has to, think critically. Now, for critical thinking, what are the basic foundational literacies needed for a human being? Now, problem can arise from culture. For a lawyer, okay, who is fighting a case in, court, the problem arises from culture and civic, no? Culture and society. Problem arises about the finance also. Okay. We have lots of loans now. How to solve it? How to come out of that problem of debt? You have to think critically. Okay. Now, problem can be about some ICT also. You are very weak at technology. You don't know how to use technology. There are still parents in our families who don't know how to use Google Pay and Phone Pay. Okay, especially during COVID time when there was this touch me not sort of situation, they have suffered a lot. They don't know how to use Google Pay and Phone Pay. and people are not ready to take notes, currency notes, isn't it? And basic scientific things which are happening around you, problem might arise with that also. If you don't know how to properly read and write, how to properly calculate, then also there is a problem in front of you. Okay, so you can critically think and solve any problem in your life only if you are very smart in these 6 literacies. That's the reason we are calling it as foundational literacies. Okay, so if you first and foremost thing, if a person can read and comprehend properly, then he can think critically. Because he can go in search of answers. He can go and browse for answers. He can think critically. He have multiple solutions in front of him. He can choose what is better for him. He can plan what is better for him, he or she. Isn't it? Creativity. If you are a person who loves, reading and writing, then you can be very creative. Okay, ICT also brings about creativity. These days, children are very much into this making of apps. We might be having many students in our class, isn't it? They design apps. That's a creative thing, no? They come about lots of creativity in phones and laptops and all, which we don't know. They can tell us many things, isn't it? That is also a part of creativity, like creating something. For that also, foundational literacies are very much needed. Coming about to communication, as I told you, communication is not just speaking in one particular language fluently and beautifully, but also it is about communicating your thoughts properly. Let me tell you a truth. I might be speaking good, but I'm a very bad communicator. I can never convey what is in my mind properly to the other person. Somehow I am mistaken. At least once in a day, I am mistaken or I am misunderstood. Okay, no, that's the problem of communication. How are you putting your thoughts to the other person? Okay, for that also these literacies are needed. Cultural and civic literacy plays a very significant role in communication. Isn't what you're thinking about the opposite person, his culture, his role in this society. Okay, and what are you trying to tell him? How are you speaking to him? We don't speak in the same way to our father, the way we speak to our mother, isn't it? There is lots of difference. We speak, we have, it depends from, person to person. Few people are very close to father, few people are very close to mother. Okay, few people are close to both of them, isn't it? Now here communication plays a very significant role. Collaboration, as I said, okay, they have to collaborate with, for that collaboration also, cultural and civic literacy is very much important. We have a team of 10 members. We should understand their background. Why are their behaviors like that? Okay, from where are they coming? So how are we supposed to tackle such sort of people? It is not that always you get a like-minded person in your career or wherever you go, isn't it? You have to work with a diverse group of people. So collaboration is a very important competency which individuals of this particular century, that is 21st century, need. For that, cultural and civic literacy is very much important. Am I right, teachers?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes. So now, as these two are very significant parts of 21st century skill, there is one more significant thing of 21st century skill, which is character qualities, the approach of the student or the approach of an individual. For anything in life, what is needed is curiosity, the tendency to know. So that curiosity is important in a student or an individual. As teachers, what are we supposed to do? We have to identify who are the children with curiosity, and without curiosity. If children are lacking curiosity, then we have to, inculcate the curiosity in them. Okay, we have to change our teaching style in such a way that there will be curiosity in them. Curiosity develops in them. Next one is initiative. These days, no one takes initiative for anything. Okay, people just sit, no, this is not my cup of tea. It's not like that. Okay, we have to also teach children how to take initiative in life, initiative in, especially in career, initiative at workplace, isn't it? Like, so how happy do we feel like if we are going on 5 days leave and one of our colleague comes and says that you don't worry, I will substitute all your classes. Once you are back, you can substitute my class. Isn't it? That's an initiative, isn't it? And understanding. Their collaboration is also there. Am I right? So, though these three things are broadly termed as different parts of 21st century skills, they are interdependent upon each other. Persistence and grit, it is very much important, especially youngsters these days, they don't have resilience. They're unable to take challenges. They're unable to, withstand the situations in their life. People are committing suicides. If one subject in 11th or 12th grade is gone, children are going into depression. Koi comment pass karte hai to depression. Okay, so all these things. We have to teach persistence and grit. Like they should face any challenge in their life. That is how we are supposed to mold these students and individuals of these days. Adaptability, like changing as per the needs. You have to change as per the need of the hour, isn't it? If not, then you will lose many opportunities in your life. If teachers would have told that we don't want to take online classes, would we have been surviving all these days? Isn't it? We survived taking online classes for 2 years. Am I right? So changes are inevitable. We have to teach individuals how to change as per the need of the hour. Leadership, though it is a very huge topic to discuss, I can say that leadership qualities are also important as to stand with the team, okay, and support the team as a team leader, be their backbone, like celebrate together. And if you have to take any feedback or if you have to suffer any loss and all, then you have to be in front position. A leader is a person who just doesn't celebrate, but he is there in the front position to take the negative feedback or to suffer the losses that has happened in the teamwork. And then he will teach his peers through the learnings. So that is leadership. It's a very broad, very big topic, but still I am just trying to put it in a small, thing here. And social and cultural awareness, very much equal to cultural and civic literacy. Awareness, like self-awareness is important. Social and cultural awareness is also very much important. We have to inculcate these things also in the students. So this is all about 21st century skills. So any questions so this is, as I told you, we are just doing an introduction to 21st century skills, understanding 21st century skills. So these are 21st century skills. These are the, as we discussed, we have gone into, core of each and every point, each and every literacy or each and every competency to understand it. Okay, so any doubts, you people can come forward to just ask, or you feel that we have to discuss about something else, then we can do that. Yes? Nothing? Oh my God. Now let us discuss for 2 minutes as it's a small tip for teachers as to how to integrate these 21st century skills. Now, if the, meeting is over, I would like to request you people to join with the same link. Okay, let us take literacies first. So foundational literacies, you can just integrate some comprehension topic in your lesson. Numeracy also, you can somehow find out some calculation based things and you can integrate. Scientific literacy, whichever subject you are teaching, there is some science behind it, the day-to-day science facts. that you can integrate. So you have to sit with the lesson and find out from each and every topic, what can I integrate here? What can I integrate in this particular chapter, in this particular subtopic? ICT literacy, we have to do it like consciously we have to integrate ICT. Like we have to give small assignments to students as to come up with some PPT or some Word file or using some new type of app, okay, for doing their work, all such sort of these things. Financial literacy, speaking about financial literacy, you have to, like, for example, in the day-to-day school things, like, for example, if at all you have a small drama club, or else you have art and craft club. Okay, so you can ask the children to, make, rosettes for any sort of program of the school, and you can, like, encourage them to have a stall in the school so that they will understand the process of commerce over there, like how to sell the product and how to buy the product. These days, even this product management and marketing and all are there in our skill subjects as well. Am I right? So that way you can integrate financial literacy. Okay, so we will be coming up with a specific workshop, choosing one particular subject of any class and integrating like all these 21st century skills in that subject. I am planning to do it for science. I will choose science textbook of any class and then I will do it. In every chapter, how we integrate 21st century skills. Okay. And then cultural and civic literacy, understanding the, in that particular lesson, trying to explore if any cultural facts are hidden